Hey, what is up my guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Grubs. I hope you all are doing very, very well. And I don't know if you can tell, but I got a new microphone. Very excited about that. My other microphone sounded awful. Some people were complaining about the audio quality, justifiably so. It sounded terrible, and I know it sounded terrible, but I also started making videos very much on a whim, so I didn't know if I should buy something for something that I didn't know I was going to continue with. And at this point, I feel like it would be silly for me not to continue with this channel. One of the main reasons why I got the new microphone as well is because my old microphone, sometimes when I plugged it in, the settings would go haywire. Like it would just completely change like the audio quality. So sometimes I'd plug it in, it'd be fine and be like the normal quality that I was used to, and it would be fine. And then other times I'd plug it in and it would catch even my cat like licking its butt in the corner. Like it was awful. It was terrible. And I tried tweaking with settings. I tried playing with different programs. I have tried a lot of different things to make it work. That's why it takes so long sometimes for me to complete even simple recordings. Sometimes it takes me 3 days just to get something 10 minutes video wise done. And that's ridiculous. And it was just because I was constantly tweaking with it. And I'm a pretty tech savvy person. So when I can't figure it out, it just makes me really frustrated. So unfortunately, that means that my support video is going to be on the back burner just for another week so that I can redo all of that recording. I've already got like 40 minutes worth of audio that I'm going to have to redo. On top of it, it's a little bit more intensive because I'm trying to pull up specific visual guides for you guys. So I'm going to have to take the time to do that. It's just going to take me a little bit longer than I expected to get that done. And I am so sorry if you were really looking forward to it and I let you down. I'm, again, really sorry about that, but I would much rather post something where I am confident in the quality of it versus publishing something that is kind of half-assed. Like that just doesn't sit right with me, and that doesn't feel fair to you guys, and doesn't feel fair to me. So I'd rather take my time with it and make sure it's done right versus just kind of pump something out. Instead, I kind of wanted to try to connect with you guys, the audience, and kind of introduce myself a little bit. There's almost 200 of you guys. At the time of me recording this, there's 199 subscribers. That is nuts to me. That is like cuckoo crazy. I can't believe that I got more than 10 people to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I know Eternal Return is a very like niche kind of game and audience, and the people that love the game are very passionate about it. So like it makes sense to a certain degree, but at the same time, there's so many people out there that are making fantastic content, and I'm not a high level player. I'm not Frankie Doodle. I'm not superior. Like, so surprised that I even have people that are interested in watching my stuff. And to that, I really truly want to say thank you. Like, you guys are amazing. You're so sweet. You're so wonderful. And I am so appreciative. You're being so supportive of all this. Thank you. Like, really, thank you. You don't know how much that means to somebody that's putting time and effort into making these videos for you guys. And from that, I know that I normally make Eternal Return content. I just feel like this channel is so new, and while I really love making Eternal Return content, I also don't want to be putting myself in a pigeonhole of only making Eternal Return content. So I also wanted to try some new things. You know, I tried with the leak video. I also want to try with this one and kind of see whether or not people are jiving with this type of format of video. I personally like listening to kind of the chattier videos. I put them on when I do the dishes. It's I don't know if anybody else relates with that, but I want to make that connection with you, the viewer. I want us to kind of be buddies, because to me, you are my buddy. You're supporting my stuff, and I want to support you too by providing with you the content that you want to see. And if there's something else, like maybe you guys are like, oh, you know, I want to see you play different games. I want to see you do this. I want to see you do that. I want to know about it. I want to be able to provide that. And this does not mean that I'm stopping Eternal Return content. We are far from that, babies. We have so much more to do. So do not fret about that if you are worried that I'm going to slowly move away from Eternal Return content and not come back to it. I love the game very dearly. It will always hold a very special place in my heart. I will definitely be doing more Eternal Return stuff. But at the same time, like I was saying, I just want to be able to have some flexibility and be able to do other stuff. And most of what stops me is confidence. I'm not gonna lie. I sometimes come up with ideas and I talk myself out of them, even though they probably would be great. Like right now, I'm playing Elden Ring Ring co-op with a friend, and I would love to be able to put some of that together and make a compilation, but I don't know if anyone would want to see that. So I know it's a lot of just throwing yourself out there and seeing whether or not people will bite, but at the same time, I don't want to antagonize the people that are already following me, right? Like this is where the very delicate balance of being a YouTuber is, and it's not exactly easy as somebody that has no experience. I haven't been doing this for very long, and while I consume quite a bit of YouTube, I cannot say that I know how to produce the best content for a varied audience. So just kind of a gentle heads up that I'm still going to be making Eternal Return content, but I am going to be sprinkling some other stuff in there, and hopefully you all will enjoy that as well. Moving on to the Discord situation, the link will be in the description box below. I also will have a community post kind of set up with that. And I know there was a comment on my poll in regards to Discord of somebody explaining that the Eternal Return Discord already does kind of what I'm talking about. There are challenges that come with it being an Eternal Return official Discord. You can't really do self-promotion there. You can't really do clips and stuff like that of like different games. And like we are all gamers at the end of the day. Like if you want to talk about other shit besides Eternal Return and maybe even promote something besides Eternal Return, I feel like you should have the freedom to do that, and that's kind of what this Discord that I'm setting up is. Yes, it's about Eternal Return and our love for the game, and I definitely want to be helping out new players and building a sense of community where we can kind of meet each other. It seems that a lot of people are finding my video, and I want to have a gateway for them to come into it. So I wanted to make an alternative option for other people if they wanted to have it. I think having as many options as possible is smart, and especially if it's not even helping very much with the Eternal Return official Discord and people are still not understanding the game. Well, then let's change up the formula a little bit. Let's try it a little bit different. Let's try a new environment. And maybe it won't do anything different. Maybe it's just another Discord that's gonna, be made and die. But I have high hopes that we as a community can come together and make this a kind of bastion for new players so that they can learn how to play the game properly and learn to improve their game and all that kind of stuff. So that is just my 2 cents on the Discord. I had to say something, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's kind of all I got in terms of like Discord update and channel update. I guess I could tell you a little bit about me without sounding like narcissistic or something like that. I really like horror movies. I am really big into the horror genre. In fact, before I decided to make a gaming channel, I've dabbled with the idea of doing like a movie review channel for a long time. I really love movies. I have a lot of big opinions about certain ways that movies are handled, different studios and stuff like that. So maybe one day I will start a YouTube channel about that. I also love all kinds of games. I play a lot of competitive games because I am competitive by nature, but I really love Metroidvania games. Blasphemous is one of my favorites. Hollow Knight, of course, is another one. With my love of horror movies, I, of course, really love horror games as well, although I'm quite picky about them. I am a huge Fatal Frame Silent Hill girl, a very big fan of those. Also a very massive fan of System Shock and the BioShock series. I think that they are very well done, and I can honestly say that I think the best villain ever written would be Shodan. As you know, I dabble with art. I am very slow, and my art I have no confidence in. I would be the first to say I have zero confidence in my work, so you probably won't really hear me talk about my art unless I do something specifically Eternal Return related. I do have some Eternal Return art pieces that I have been working on, but they probably won't see the light of day. I don't ever really work on my art anymore. But yes, I do art. I do illustrations mostly of people, and I spent most of my life doing art, but I don't know. I don't want to say I've grown out of it because that's not the truth. I just don't do it anymore. It's not that season of my life anymore to focus on my art pretty heavily. So I also like to sing, but you probably will never hear me do that. So there you go. That's just a little bit about me, guys. I don't know if anyone was really interested on who I was, but I figured, throw out just a little bit of who I am for the channel's sake, and so people get a better understanding of the person behind the microphone, I guess. And maybe it was dumb, and maybe you will never hear about this again. But it felt like the right thing to do. It felt like I should make a formal introduction. Alright, that awkward shit's over with. That's the channel update, that's the Discord update, that's a little bit about me. Hopefully it was interesting enough. I don't plan on making these types of videos very often, but I'm trying new things. I'm trying to see what I want this channel to be. I don't really know its identity yet. A big thank you to you, the viewer, for being amazing and being the wonderful you that you are. If you are interested in keeping up with my content, please press that subscribe button. Obviously, this was really more for subscribers, but on the off chance I find somebody new, hi, we have fun here, you should come and play. If there is something that you want to see me play, or if you have any other kind of ideas, or maybe there's like an Eternal Return thing that like you really want to learn and nobody's talking about it, let me know. I do have ideas of my own, but I am more than happy to shuffle my to-do list around and try to make something that really feels necessary and feels needed at this time. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, that's it. Bye!